Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you a recap on the new chapter of My Hero Academia, which is on chapter 328. Now, this chapter right here was actually pretty cool, and I'm really upset about it because I'm not upset, but I really wish I had no Twitter here and there, but because I've been spoiled a bit about it beforehand, which is really annoying, but whatever. But if anything else, it's kind of hyped me up for a lot of things of what's to come, but I really hope the manga author takes his time to gives us a good satisfaction, because right now where it's going, it's way too fast. But I don't know. We're gonna have to find out very soon, depending on the situation. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that it starts off with the chapter of 1 month ago, the day that Tartarus fell. And we see a criminal saying, oh, this is going to be fun. I get to see women again. But Stain will later on kill him by slitting his throat whatsoever and tries to wonder what the heck is going on, And we had to it that we see Stain's narration saying absolutely no information about the outside world is allowed to be passed into Tartarus and into the hands of the incarcerated. It seems that Tartarus has fallen, then the outside world must already be information. I need information. And we see to it that that Stain will later on go to a security guard holding on to something, And it was some kind of device or something that he says, I need information. Why? And we had to it that he says, Chizomi, do not give this any of this to Shigaraki's followers. Do you understand? Is it something important? As Stain asked him, he says, this is a recording device. Don't kill people. Return it. Give it back to a just person. Give it back to them. Don't hand it over to the wrong side. Whatever you do, otherwise it will destroy the present that we have now. But Stain tells him, don't worry. Your determination will be rewarded. I could assure that it will reach a good, just person. And then he asks Stain, Akaguro, are you a man or a monster? And Stain says, only those who strive for a completely just world are monsters, And we see to it that All for One rises from the depths again and tells everyone to get ready, while Stain himself, he ends up jumping off from Tartarus and dives into the ocean. And there's a narration saying that man whose name I don't know during his final moments tried desperately to protect this. Whether or not it has any value, I cannot decide. That is why I will pass it on to the one human that I know I can trust. I hold the belief that in order to serve this world, you will have to walk through the path of death. You are the only one who can accept this, because you are the only one who started all this, And therefore, we see All Might meeting up with Sugauchi or something, and ends up telling him what's up. And then he says, nicely done. So Midoriya has made up with everyone now. It's also a shame that we had to receive such great help from a vile murderer, And they end up talking about Tartarus, but something else as well, Tartarus systems have been cut off from the outside world, plus completely isolated. But the balls of Tartarus were actually damaged from the last time because of radio waves that Shigaraki attacked with, causing the system to go down. And All Might says that's the thing about Shigaraki Tomura, connected consciousness is perfectly synchronized, But All Might says, yeah, he was able to share his thoughts with Shigaraki due to part of his consciousness still residing within his quirk. I too had a similar experience with One for All. The problem is I couldn't communicate both ways in my case. This me is able to communicate my thoughts synchronously to the consciousness dwelling within One for All. But on the other hand, I have yet to experience any sign of synchronicity in thoughts from the spiritual me, However, that time was different when I touched young Midoriya. No, when I was close enough to make direct contact with them, my spiritual form's memories came flooding over into me. There were no words, pure emotion washed over me. If All for One were to be the same, if his quirk was hypothetically to have the same synchronicity rate greater than One for All, then I predict that he'll be able to communicate with his real body imprisoned approximately 500 meters underwater. He would also be able to send substantial amount of instructions via his thoughts to Shigaraki. And they say, isn't that a little creepy though? And this time they were able to use radio waves, right? Yeah, and they talk about like if Shigaraki was able to use radio waves more precisely than the Nomu, then there's a strong possibility that he was transceiving a substantial amount of instructions. If one possesses a radio wave type quirk, then it's most likely they were able to receive as well as transmit their thoughts, And the recorded radio waves that we have left have a waveform that almost resembles a conversation. You were able to analyze and parse the data, right? To find out what they're saying. They say like he will be completed in 38 days. They say what? Central headquarters resource didn't match that. They say we had 2 months left. And All Might says, yeah, that's the problem. The result of researching and analyzing all that will lead to nothing significant. And if we believe that the hidden medium communication between Shigaraki's real body and his consciousness really does exist, then Shigaraki Tomura, now no more than a vessel, will be completed in 3 days. And we see some kind of like international headquarters right now, and they seem like they're getting some information right now. They say, I heard about it personally from All Might, but to send reinforcements by tomorrow is impossible. The foreign heroes who can be dispatched tend to not follow orders when they are called for help internationally. And we see multiple people talking right now. They say, deal with the domestic affairs directly using the heroes you have in the country. The more heroes we dispatch from our own country, the less of a deterrent they are here, resulting in a causality of maintaining equilibrium. And they even one talks about like every time we dispatch a large amount of heroes like that, it does nothing but revitalize the criminal syndicates who come out hiding in the country. That is all for today, but it is odd, almost like every country is in chaos simultaneously by sheer coincidence, And we have to it, one talks about, according to the ICPO, All for One has slitted his tendrils into almost every nation, which is really, really scary because you wonder what kind of connections does All for One have in order to like slither his tendrils in every nation, And we had to it that one of them says, however, if Hawks and Endeavor and above All Might request it, there's no way we can refuse, And one of them says, our country's Salim is at the limits of his patience and is at a point where he's obsessing, stating that All for One is growing and it's really troubling, And we have to it that another one says, our country's big red dot is in a similar predicament. He continually asks, why do we need permission in order to help a friend in need? And one says, I understand, however, but she has already departed. One of ours, she's incredibly impatient. She left in order to blow everything away. And we had to it that, like, that we see a hero flying on a plane right now, standing on top of it, and says, that's a negative star. I know where to go. It just depends on how fast or slow we are. It was a direct request from All Might. And this hero, she says, my master's in trouble. We can't waste a moment's worth of time. And this is the #1 hero of the United States of America, Stars and Stripes. And I'm like, what the heck? Are you serious? This is All Might's pupil or student? Oh my gosh, I wonder what her power is, not to mention how strong she is. But if she's #1 in the United States of America, that's gotta be something. But still. But that aside, Stain, he ends up picking up a recording device and decides to give it to All Might or maybe give it to him. I don't know. But one thing was sure, Stain does tell the security guard that your determination will not be wasted, While Stain does tell All Might everything, and All Might telling everything to Sugauchi, how like Tartarus was destroyed, but at the same time, talking about the connected consciousness between All for One and Shigaraki and radio waves, So because they have a radio wave quirk, I guess the body of completion will be done in about 38 days. But that's about like 1 month ago or so. I don't know. But we had to it that it's gonna be taking it'll be 3 days exactly that Shigaraki's body will be completed. And of course, like I said, throughout the second half of the chapter, foreign heroes are being dispatched right now. One from Egypt and one from like Big Red Dot, and Salam hero and Big Red Dot, and Stars and Stripes heroes of the United States of America, #1 hero, is coming in. I'm going like, oh my gosh, this is really exciting, but at the same time, it's going too fast, which I'm really worried about. So I hope the manga author takes his time and not rush things, I want if the manga author understands that, I hope he takes his time to prep up the final battle. I mean, foreign heroes are coming in, man. I mean, I haven't seen the World Heroes movie yet, which is gonna come out at the end of the month or something like that, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, it'll be great and all. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's to come. So it's pretty exciting, I hope it goes really well, etc. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in my next video or so. But like I said, I hope the manga author takes his time to do good of what the final battle will come up to, because having foreign heroes and all that's coming, and wonder what the powers are, we're gonna have to find out. So until then, people, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Ta-da!